Hey loves, hope everybody is doing well today. I want to talk about today um, being an old soul and my experience with it. Definitely, I'm very happy to talk about this because I love being an old soul. Like I personally feel like it's a reward. I feel like it gives me a lot of wisdom and a lot of lessons in life, and it has a lot of pros and it has some cons. So not everything is going to be perfect, but I really do feel like it's a rewarding, type of thing. And it's a favorite personality trait of mine. I do consider it as a personality trait, so I really do like it. Now, with my experience, it goes way back to my childhood. Well, first, I've always loved old school music. I love it. I love it. I love it. I still love it to this day. It literally just makes like my heart just like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like you could just see it in my face. Like, I love old school music. It touches me. Oh my God. Like, I don't know why I'm so excited to literally talk about this. I just love old school music. It's just so, it relaxes my soul. It's so nostalgic. It's so pure. Like I personally believe like old school music is definitely better than like the music from now. There are certain songs that I like from now, but it does not top anything from old school music. My father was definitely a music freak. Now he had records on top of records on top of records. My father always played music around me. Like we used to literally listen to Michael Jackson together. We used to just listen to just what the the Beatles. I don't even know. Like there was just so many songs that we used to just like listen to. He just had so many records of just so many songs. Um, I loved it, and you know, for some reason like that, and like his interest in music just came onto me. Like I loved music. I was always listening to it. I always listened to like Spanish music, like hip hop, R&B, like old songs from like the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, like when I was a child. And then as I kind of grew up more, I started listening to 80s and 90s music. Now, this will really shape my whole childhood. Certain songs are very nostalgic to me, and certain songs are very heartbreaking to me. And I feel like that definitely comes with me being an old soul because there's something in that music, there's something that brings me back to something. Now, it does bring me back to my childhood. I feel like these songs are bringing me back to my past life that I was living in back in the time, of course. Like that, it's trying to just kind of like make me remember, but I just can't because I just can't remember that. So it's something that feels so great, but it feels kind of like unsettling. I grew love for 80s and 90s music. I do listen to some old songs, but I'm not on it as like I am with 80s and 90s. I've been listening to 80s and 90s music since I was like 8, 9 years old. Listening to old school music was just definitely that shaped my whole childhood. I loved it, and it's definitely not something that I could definitely find in, a lot of friends. Another thing that I experienced as an old soul is not really having a lot of friends. Now, I consider like my family and my boyfriend as like my friends. I consider my boyfriend as my best friend. But outside of, that category, I actually do not have any friends. I've had friends back in high school, middle school, you know what I'm saying? The typical, because you see these people every day. Time to time, I was losing these friendships. A lot of times would be, something that could have been settled, miscommunication, misunderstanding. And as us young people, sometimes we just don't think straight. Sometimes, we're just battling with so much shit that we just don't know how to deal with certain things accordingly, depending. But I've had, friendships in the past that, I had, and around these times, I wasn't really great myself. Certain people that I felt like that wasn't really able to be real with me, and things such as that. But in reality, I couldn't even keep it real with myself. And that's why I was attracting these type of people that, you know what I'm saying, that I had that energy within me. And, since I don't have that energy within me anymore, I don't even have friends. I don't even have friends. There's people that I'm cool with. There's people that I used to be, close with that we're cool now. I'm an introvert. With an old soul, we're typically introverted. We don't typically are able to connect with people our age, and there's a lot of things that come with it. I just don't really know the top of my head, but that's just the things that I've, personally experienced. And also that comes with an old soul. I feel like I cannot connect with people who are my age, certainly because we have different interests. We have different, ways of dealing with certain things. We have different interests in music or hobbies or such as that. Parties are just not really my thing. I have social anxiety as well. That kind of like holds me back from like really talking to people because certain of my experiences with friendships and just people in general is something that I'm definitely working on. But at the end of the day, I'm not chasing these friendships like literally out. I'm like literally I'm literally my own friend. Like, and I feel like that's why I'm not really able to attract anybody at this point on, because I'm elevating at a certain frequency that not a lot of people could really reach me at. For an example, you are at an up frequency and anybody, your friends or anything are down here. I feel like you guys are not elevating. So I really feel like that was going on with me, and that's why I'm not really able to have like certain people to become my friend or anything sort of that, and that's okay. Like I'm cool with it. But I personally believe I was spiritually elevating to the point where I wasn't really able to really like be close with people that I was. I feel like I was falling apart with certain people, and it wasn't anything personal. It wasn't any beef. It wasn't anything. It was just more so I was moving in a different direction in my life, and that's okay because that happens. I really felt as though I wasn't meant for friends at a certain point. I felt like it was just hard to be my friend. I felt like as though I wasn't really going to find anybody that that I feel like would be for me, like a friend for me, not like anything temporary, not like, But what I had to understand was, as an old soul, you're not meant to have all these friends. With people who are old souls, they're the chosen ones. Because the old souls, we have more wisdom. I've had tried to build friendships, and I felt as though that I wasn't really getting anywhere. I felt as though that I probably said something that didn't even really resonate with the other person well. I felt as though that I was doing a lot of the chasing. It made me feel lonely, but it made me feel as though like, maybe these people are just not meant to be my friend. Maybe these people are just not elevating in the same frequency as me. You're not going to be friends with somebody who's elevating in a lower frequency as you. The universe is not going to allow that for you, okay? And I also feel as though if you need some inner work to do, then you're not really going to have friends at that start, at that moment, because there's something that you need to deal with yourself. You need to be your own friend first, okay? You need to be your own friend. And I feel like that's definitely something that I realized. The universe is just curving these people away from me. Sorry if my mic is so loud. I think I'm literally hearing that. I feel like the universe is just curving these people away from me just so I can have that path to myself, so I can be my friend. I can heal, that wound in me where I had all these broken friendships, or, these friendships that just didn't end well. And I just need to create that healing journey for me, and I need to go into this path of healing so I can be able to be not only my own friend, but to be other people's friends. And personally, I am not looking for friends right now. Like, I stopped trying to make, building friendships. I stopped trying to make friendships. These friendships are going to naturally come to me whenever it's ready. Whenever I feel as though the universe is ready for me to have these people in my life, then I really feel as though I will start seeing that result. But other than that, I feel like I need to spend time with myself. I really do feel as though I need to have myself straight. I went through a lot in my life, and I feel like I just did not take that time to heal. I swept it on the rug. I was like, it is what it is. I'm going to get over it. But I feel like a lot of things were becoming like a snowball effect. It was building over time. It was too much for me to get caught up on when it came to my trauma, anything that I felt as though that triggered me or anything that has hurt me. It was too much to catch up with, and I felt as though this is my time for healing. This is my time to start realizing what it is and what it isn't. And me being an old soul, I'm glad that I have that within me, because like I said earlier in this video, it has given me more knowledge. Sorry, I was like looking at the time. It's given me more knowledge. It brings me that wisdom energy, and it just makes me feel awoken to my truest self. I want to protect my energy at all times. I have been going through a lot lately, like with work and just like my personal life too. So there's just a lot of things that's just been draining me, has making me feel very depressed. But I just need to like reclaim myself. I need to reclaim this energy, this positive energy. I need that within me. So I'm really just trying to protect my energy. I feel like a lot of things are coming to me, making me feel very like making me feel drained and such. But I just really feel as though a lot of the things that I'm also going through as well, I'm going through these things so I don't have to deal with it later on in life. I've dealt with so many things like earlier on that was just so much to deal with. I feel like everything was just coming on me at once, but I really ended up realizing that these things are happening so I don't have to go through this later on in life. I don't have to worry about this later on in life. Certain things that I've had trouble dealing with, certain things that I had trouble learning, it's all coming to me. It came to me before and it's coming to me now. And it's just a good thing that I don't have to deal with this later on in life. Later on in life, I want to be peaceful. I want to be happy. I want to be at my truest self. I just want to be that spiritual woman who has her divine feminine energy, and is just, her soul is just pure and healed. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be 100% healed. There's always going to be things that's still going to bother us, but it's just great to look at things from the bright side. I can connect with people older my age. There has always been instances where older people would just come start talking to me like we're friends, and I'd be like, okay, like let's chat, like come on, like what do you want to talk about? I just loved it. It really hasn't happened to me like that. I feel like it did, but like I just can't remember. But I remember there was a certain point where it was back to back. I was connecting with these older people, like I was just like, where you guys are coming from? It's fun. I like it. I like connecting with older people. It's just amazing. A lot of people always say that I'm, mature for my age, and, I thought you was older and stuff like that. So I love being an old soul. And even though it does come with certain cons, I do appreciate what it has given me, what it has taught me. Because at the end of the day, we're always going to face hard struggles in life, but like me being an old soul really just, it brightens me up. I feel like it's literally my favorite characteristic of mine. Like I love it. I really do love it. Ooh, waking to get my money right. Oh. This is all for this video. I just wanted to talk about that and share that with you guys. If there are any video ideas that you guys would like for me to do, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'm just gonna head out. Bye.